You have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. There's no more time to waste. Every second you hesitate, someone else is grinding, pushing, moving closer to the life you say you want. You say you have goals, then act like it. You say you want to succeed, then show up like success depends on you, because it does. You can't keep living like you've got forever. You don't. Tomorrow isn't promised. Opportunities don't wait, they vanish. Time is the one thing you'll never get back, and once it's gone for good. That's why now matters not later, not when you're ready. Now you're not tired, you're just comfortable, and comfort is the enemy of growth. While you're making excuses, someone with less talent and fewer resources is making moves. They're not waiting for motivation. They're fueled by purpose. Are you? Pain is temporary. Quitting is forever. So fight through the struggle, lean into the grind, sweat, bleed, cry if you have to, but don't you dare stop. You've come too far to only come this far. You owe it to yourself to keep going. You owe it to your future to not give up. So get up, get focused, get hungry, the clock's ticking, and the world doesn't slow down for anyone. Make it happen, now. If you truly want to achieve something great, your desire must be matched with an undeniable sense of urgency. It's not enough to simply want success. It has to burn inside you with the intensity of your next breath. Think about that. When you're underwater and you can't breathe, your entire body and mind focus on one thing, getting air. There's no distraction, no doubt, no delay. You'll fight, claw, and do whatever it takes just to breathe again. That's the level of hunger required if you're serious about reaching your goals. Too many people claim they want to be successful, but their actions don't match their words. They move slowly, they wait for the perfect conditions, they get distracted by comfort, entertainment, and temporary pleasures, but the people who actually break through, they don't wait for permission. They don't wait for motivation. They move because they can't afford not to. They operate with a mindset that says, if I don't go all in now, I may never get another shot. That urgency creates focus. It drives discipline. It keeps them going when others fall off. Desire alone is weak without urgency. Everyone wants to be rich. Everyone wants to be healthy. Everyone wants to live a fulfilling life. But very few are willing to act like time is running out. Wanting something doesn't make it happen. You have to work like your future depends on the actions you take today. Because it does, you can't casually chase greatness. It's a full-speed sprint. You have to be intentional with every hour, every decision, every sacrifice. If you're not willing to grind when you're tired, to show up when it's hard, and to stay committed when it's inconvenient, then your desire isn't real, it's just a wish. When you operate with urgency, you stop putting things off. You stop blaming your past, your circumstances, or other people. You start taking control. Urgency is what separates dreamers from doers. It's the difference between someone who talks about what they're going to do someday and someone who makes it happen today. The truth is, you're either chasing your goals with everything you've got, or you're falling behind while someone else does. So if you say you want it, prove it. Show it in how early you get up. Show it in how hard you work. Show it in how relentless you are when things get tough. You can't afford to be casual. You can't afford to delay. You have to want it with your whole heart, your whole mind, and every ounce of energy you've got. That's what urgency looks like. That's what separates those who make it from those who only dream about it. Time is the most precious resource you have. More than money, more than connections, more than talent. Because time is the one thing you can never get back. Once it's gone forever. That's why understanding the value of time is essential if you're serious about achieving anything meaningful. Too often, people live like they have an unlimited supply of it. They waste hours scrolling, procrastinating, and saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," as if tomorrow is guaranteed. But the truth is, it's not. You don't know how much time you have left. None of us do. When you realize this, it should change everything about how you live. You should feel an urgency to use every day to its fullest. You don't get to rewind life. You don't get to pause it until you're ready. Life keeps moving, whether you act or not. Every second you waste is a second someone else is using to get ahead. While you're sleeping in, someone's grinding. While you're making excuses, someone's executing, and those seconds turn into minutes, then hours, then years. And before you know it, you're standing in the same place while others have passed you by. Success doesn't wait for you to be ready. Opportunities don't last forever. Doors open and close quickly, and you have to be prepared to step through them the moment they appear. If you're always waiting for the perfect moment, you'll miss your chance. Time rewards action. It punishes hesitation. You have to be bold enough to act now. Not next week, not next year. Now, because there will never be a perfect time. The perfect time is the moment you decide to stop wasting time. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who had the most time. They're the ones who respected it the most. They know that time is either working for you or against you. There's no in between. Either you're investing it into your growth, your goals, and your future, or you're spending it on distractions, entertainment, and things that don't matter. Every day, you're either building the life you want or drifting further away from it. And here's the reality. No one is going to care about your time as much as you should. People will pull you in every direction. They'll ask for favors, want your attention, waste your energy. If you don't protect your time, you'll lose it to people and things that don't serve your purpose. That's why you have to be intentional. You have to decide that your time is sacred. You have to commit to using it in ways that push you forward. So take control of your time, guard it, maximize it, respect it. Because how you use your time is a reflection of how badly you want what you say you want. And when it's all said and done, your results will never lie. They'll show you exactly how you chose to spend your time. Comfort is one of the most dangerous traps you can fall into. It's seductive, quiet, and deceiving. It tells you that you're fine where you are, that there's no need to push harder, no need to take risks, no need to suffer. But growth never comes from comfort. Growth is born in discomfort, in struggle, in pushing past what feels easy and safe. When you're too comfortable, you stop stretching, you stop reaching, you settle. The truth is, the comfort zone is where dreams go to die. It's the place where people with potential stay stuck because they're afraid of the pain that comes with progress. But if you want more out of life, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. That's where real transformation happens. You don't build strength by doing what's easy. You build it by doing what's hard over and over again, even when it hurts, even when it's inconvenient. Most people will avoid discomfort at all costs. They'll stay in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and routines that go nowhere because they're scared of the unknown. But the unknown is exactly where greatness lies. You don't level up by staying in the same place. You level up by walking into uncertainty with courage and trust in your own ability to adapt, to learn, to fight through it. Being comfortable is not the same as being content. Contentment is about being grateful for where you are while still striving for more. Comfort, on the other hand, is stagnation. It's passive. It lulls you into thinking you have time, that you can always do more later, that your current effort is good enough, but good enough doesn't lead to greatness. Good enough doesn't challenge you, doesn't sharpen you, doesn't stretch your limits. Discomfort is a signal that you're growing. If your goals don't scare you a little, if they don't require sacrifice or stretch your limits, they're not big enough. The most successful people in the world embrace discomfort. They chase it. They know that every uncomfortable situation is an opportunity to improve, to build resilience, to become stronger than they were yesterday. You have to rewire your thinking. Instead of running from discomfort, lean into it, welcome the challenge, understand that the pain of growth is temporary, but the reward lasts a lifetime. Every workout that burns, every hour spent studying while others relax, every risk taken when the outcome wasn't guaranteed. That's where the breakthrough lives. That's where character is forged. You weren't born to live a small, safe life. You were born to evolve, to overcome, to reach higher than the generation before you, but you can't do that if you keep choosing what's comfortable over what's necessary, so make discomfort your ally. Let it shape you. Let it remind you that you're not done yet, because the minute you get too comfortable, you stop becoming who you're meant to be. Excuses are the chains that keep you bound to the same place year after year. You can have results, or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. The truth is, action will always beat excuses. No matter how valid your reason may seem, no matter how convincing your story sounds, it won't change the fact that someone out there with fewer resources, fewer connections, and fewer opportunities is still finding a way to win. Why? Because they act, they move, they execute, they don't let circumstances define them. They define their circumstances through relentless effort. Excuses are comfortable. They give you something to blame when things don't go your way. They protect your ego. They shield you from the pain of responsibility, but they also keep you stuck. Every time you make an excuse, you give your power away. You convince yourself that something outside of you is in control. But it's not. Your choices are, your effort is, your discipline is. It's not about what you have or don't have. It's about what you're willing to do with what you've got. Look around you. There are people succeeding right now who came from nothing. People who grew up in broken homes, who struggled with illness, who failed over and over again, and still got up and made it happen. They didn't wait for ideal conditions. They didn't sit around waiting for the right time or the perfect opportunity. They started with what they had and built from there. They understood that action is the great equalizer. When you take massive action, you give yourself a chance. When you stand still and make excuses, you're guaranteed to fail. You don't need everything to be perfect to begin. You don't need approval from everyone around you. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting the time you already have. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can, and do it consistently. Progress doesn't come from one big step. It comes from daily decisions to push forward despite the challenges. Excuses can sound like, "I'm too tired," "I don't have the right background," "It's not the right time." But every one of those excuses has a counterexample. Someone who had every reason to give up and didn't. So what's really stopping you? It's not your situation. It's your mindset. When you stop making excuses, you start finding solutions. You start learning, you start adapting, and most importantly, you start building momentum. Momentum is built on movement, not on waiting. Each small action adds up, and with each step forward, your excuses start to lose power. Your confidence grows, your discipline strengthens, your focus sharpens, and before you know it, you're no longer talking about what you could have done. You're living in what you made happen. So stop giving your energy to excuses. Stop rehearsing your limitations and start feeding your potential. If you really want it, prove it, not with words, but with consistent, deliberate action. Because at the end of the day, excuses don't bring results, execution does. Pain is part of the process, and there's no way around it. If you want to grow, if you want to level up, if you want to reach your full potential, you have to understand that pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Too many people quit the moment things get hard. The second they feel discomfort, they retreat. But that discomfort, that struggle, that pain, it's necessary. It's shaping you. It's building the version of you that can handle the success you're chasing. There's a phrase that says, "Pain is temporary, but quitting is forever." That couldn't be more true. Pain passes. It may last a minute, an hour, a week, or even months, but eventually it fades. And when it does, what's left is growth, strength, and resilience. But if you quit, you carry that decision forever. You'll always wonder what could have been. You'll always have to live with the reality that you gave up before you gave it your all. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has had to fight through pain. Whether it was physical exhaustion, emotional setbacks, rejection, failure, loss, they felt it all. What separates them from the rest is that they kept going. They didn't let pain be the reason they stopped. They let it be the reason they got stronger. Pain demands something from you. It demands your focus, your energy, your heart, and if you face it instead of avoiding it, it will pull something powerful out of you. It will introduce you to a side of yourself you didn't even know existed. You see, pain is not a signal to stop, it's a signal to push. It's proof that you're stretching, that you're in unfamiliar territory, that you're doing something that matters. If it didn't hurt, it wouldn't be worth it. If it didn't test you, it wouldn't change you. Think about the last time you grew as a person. I guarantee it wasn't during a time of ease. It was during struggle. During loss, during challenge, because pain is the pressure that forges diamonds, it's the fire that purifies gold, it's the resistance that builds muscle. You cannot cheat the process. You cannot get stronger without resistance. Every rep in the gym hurts. Every long night studying burns your eyes. Every rejection stings. But those moments are the price you pay for improvement. The pain you're feeling today is preparing you for the opportunities of tomorrow. And when that moment comes, you'll be ready, not because things got easier, but because you got tougher. So stop running from pain. Stop trying to avoid the hard stuff. Embrace it, endure it, learn from it. Use it, because every time you push through, every time you keep going when it hurts, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. And in the end, you'll look back at the pain and realize it wasn't there to stop you. It was there to build you. Now is the moment. Not tomorrow, not when things settle down, not when you feel ready. Right now, because now is all you've got. Too many people live their lives waiting for the perfect time, the perfect situation, the perfect motivation. But that time doesn't exist. Life will always be messy. The conditions will never be flawless. And if you keep waiting for everything to align, you'll end up waiting your whole life. Success isn't about waiting. It's about acting. It's about understanding that the only real power you have is in this moment and what you do with it. The difference between the people who live the life they dream about and the ones who only talk about it is simple: action. They didn't wait until they had it all figured out. They didn't wait until fear disappeared. They moved anyway. They made decisions. They took risks. They stumbled, adjusted, and kept going. Because they understood something most people never realize. You can't build anything worth while standing still. You have to move with urgency. You have to treat your goals like they're on a ticking clock, because they are. Opportunities don't wait. Life doesn't pause. Time keeps moving with or without you. And every moment you waste in doubt, in fear, in hesitation, is a moment someone else is using to get better, get smarter, get stronger. Every second matters. You don't need to take a massive leap. You just need to take one step right now, because that first step leads to the next. That effort builds momentum, and momentum changes everything. When you act with urgency, you stop allowing small things to distract you. You stop letting fear control you. You stop making excuses and start making moves. You realize that the future you want isn't waiting for you somewhere down the road. It's built by what you do today. Right now, in this moment, every phone call you make, every hour you put in, every habit you change, every excuse you eliminate, it all adds up. So what are you going to do with your moment? Let it pass? Or use it to build the life you keep saying you want? Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for signs. Don't wait for everything to feel perfect. Just go. Go after it with everything in you. Be bold. Be relentless, be intentional, because there is no better time than now. Not next week, not next year. Now, this is your time, this is your shot. Own it, chase it, live it. Asterisk, asterisk, now. Go make it happen. Asterisk, asterisk.